So and somebody also made a comment, gave me a feedback that my system font is a bit smaller. I'll try and make it bigger so we can all see what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Don't mind me. This is how I like using. Uh, I don't know if I'm getting this settings well for. Okay, okay. Personalizations, font size, test inputs, device, background colors. Okay, okay. Manage font. I don't think it's a font. Can someone just help me drop it on the chat box if you have an idea on how to change Windows 11 font size? Accept. Welcome, Fafa.
Maybe I should,
Bless you.
let me
Welcome,
say it here,
welcome.
please.
So,
On your
can
home
someone drop
screen,
where to
right
change the font
click.
size so that people that are unable to see me can see my text, can see them boldly, boldly. So I will not use that to waste time. Use that to waste time. So we are on Lumion class, so we should not be talking much on Windows or Microsoft. So now this is it. Talking about materials, you have to understand one thing. What's it called? Lumion has several default materials that you can use to your benefit, but I said we will not be using all of these things. We have a lot of it, and I will not be touching them. I cannot be talking about them because it's gonna take much of our time. So we'll be using our own custom-made material. So if you come to the what's it called? To the Google Drive page, you will notice that I restore. You will notice that I uploaded some materials for us to use. Materials. These are the materials that I have used in all my projects so far. I dumped them here. And there are some that I did not make use of basically. I outsourced them, maybe I will be able to use them in future, and I've not seen any reason to use them because it's just for me having better options. And as long as you are going, if I can show you one or two things to do on materials, working on model 2 will not be a challenge, which I will also teach you. So now, there's what we call PBR material, physical based material. I will do that on Google now. Let me, okay, let me accept view all. We have a lot of person coming in. Ahmed is admit all. Welcome, welcome everyone. So let me open PBR material. I just want us to understand what PBR can do for you. It can give you material that will blow off your mind. Meaning of PBR. This is what people don't know about Lumion. Lumion can use PBR materials very well. Very well. For those just joining us, these are what we are trying to create today. We're trying to create these particular scenes, which we've already done. Created the camera views on Lumion yesterday. These are what we are trying to replicate. So I just want to take us to how to get the materials used in this sense. As you can see, we have this gravel, we have this, I don't know if you can see this on Lumion. See all this material on default Lumion material. I don't know, I can't really tell. You should be able to see these things too, but they cannot be as detailed and as good as all these things you're saying. So physical based rendering. So physical based rendering my own is called PBR. So PBR materials, physical based, that's realistic, real existing materials that are physical that you can find left and right in your environment. Let me use that time, a local word. Materials that you can find left and right in your environment. So now, whenever you have a work, like I said, reference is very important. You try to check the materials that you that that is on the reference and how best you can replicate or get a better one. Now, let's go to our reference. We have something of this nature. This is what we are looking for. We need this material. So there are several websites that can offer PBR materials. I know some persons might know all of these things before, but might not know how to use them on Lumion. Some persons might know how to use them, but might not know how to make them work better on Lumion. So this material can be gotten and can be used in any way, in any format you like, if you like. So now to start with, I'll give us links on where you can get all of these materials from. This material can work for Lumion, can work for 3D Max Corona, 3D Max V, any software. That's the advantage. You cannot use Lumion material on 3D Max because it's a different material, comes with the software. But what physical based rendering materials do for you is it gives you the advantage to diversify. If this the material I have on that page now, I also use it for my 3ds Max works. So let's go to what's it called? To the our Google Drive. I dropped a link there. I don't know if some persons can actually okay, this is the link. I have resource link on this particular page, and I'll be sending the link on the WhatsApp on the chat box so that you can follow and see materials that will blow off your mind. Materials and models. These are materials that will blow off your mind. So number one, I will start with textures.com. Textures.com. These are places where you can get PBR material, realistic materials that you can use on Lumion. You can so let's start with let me drop all of this because there is no time. There's no time. I'll drop all of this here the chat box. Okay, Jesu Tofumi. Okay, welcome Jesu Tofumi. Okay, I think you guys can see or hear me. I need a feedback. Okay, loud and clear. Thank you, Oyemichi. So now I just dropped I just dropped links now to the page. So here you can get a lot of material. I have a favorite one. I have a favorite one. Okay, and I will pick. I don't know. Some of them already changed names, sef, and some of them are old pages, and they are recent one. This ambient CG. Okay, let's follow textjust.com. Let me send this one to holyhaven.com. So let's check all of these. You can get good materials. So let's check textures.com first. I'll open the page now. I'll teach you how to use the website well. Let me remove this doc. Okay. So this textures.com. Here you can pick any material of your choice. There is no limitations to what you've been seeing on Lumion. You can see materials that are more interested to you, material that will give you that will knock you off. Let me use that word. Materials that will knock you off. Let me welcome Psalms 19. You're welcome. So browse textures, and these are materials to use. Roof material, tiles, anything you want. So what we're actually looking for currently is we need uh we need wood material. The one I showed you, this we need something like this. We want to produce that. So you can see lava. These are the navigation app, abstract, animal floor. Click on floor, you see loads of materials that you can use. You just download them and phew, you're good. And these materials have different qualities. So that means you can download medium, low quality, very large and very big quality. I hope you guys are still with me. Oh. Cause sorry, I like feedback and I
with
like
you, with
carrying people
you.
along a lot. Afolabi, Timileyin, Sams, you can turn off your okay. Fafelu, thank you for your feedback. You can turn off your video. Thank you, thank you. So let's go back to our PBR material. That's for shear textures. I think let me go for more links. More links. Fafelu, okay. Textures.com. Let's check textures.com again. So after this, I will check the last one. I will settle for that last one. So this texture does come. Now, one disadvantage about this is that not all the materials are free. For instance, now, uh, this the first one I opened, that's shear textures. All their materials are free. For this textures.com, there are limitations to what you can download. I have an account here. I don't know. Let me see if I log in. Okay, I have an account here. I can log in. You can create an account. So there's limit to the numbers of materials you can actually download. There's limit. Can you see? I only have 15 materials to download in one day. The next day now, I'll be able to download 15 more materials. That's how it works. So you don't need I don't know the kind of projects you will be doing, and you will need what's it called? You need thousands or tons of materials to use, because the more materials you use on your sim, the more heavier the work becomes. So that's just it. This is one of my favorite websites for materials also. Whatever you need, you type it, is bring it here. Let's type the wood, which I will not be using because I already outsourced and I download. We have the material I'll be using today is already on the page, which this was how I outsourced it. See, it's examples of it. See these wood planks now. See how detailed it is. These are what you will not see on Lumion. These are what you see. The gravel is, I think this is the gravel. This should be a gravel. I don't know why they call it petrified wood. I don't know. A lot of materials to use to play with that will make your work look realistic. See this paraquet and all of that. I'm trying to use one eye to check if we can get something close to that. Something close to that. I hope you guys are enjoying the class.
Enjoy.
Hello. No, I'm not getting feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, Juliet is saying something, but I can't hear. I can't hear what you guys are saying. Maybe she's
Yes,
just saying in
sir.
chat. I can't hear. I don't know
Hi.
what's wrong with my speaker. I can't really see. I don't know what's wrong with my speaker. Okay, thank you, thank you,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
thank you, thank you. Okay, okay, okay. So let's look. This is my favorite. For this now. If I try to download, let me explain how to download on this page. Let's go with come in. Let's go with this particular material. Okay, coming. I'm just let me pick this one that is rough. This does not look like what we are looking for though. But let's just pick it so that we don't waste time on talking on material, because we still have to talk about model. This outdoors siding. Let's click it. So it's gonna load and you see the quality of the material. See the quality of what you want to use on the profile. On your visualization rather, see this is the quality of what you will be using. And each material has spanning sizes. This is the depth on it. 2 times 2 meters. 2 times, that's 2 meters by 2 meters. That's what the map look like. So now this is what we should try to understand, that whenever you are working with PBR materials, there are different maps for different sections. When you come to Lumion, let's come back to our Lumion here. You notice that whenever you touch a Lumion or you add a Lumion material, we want to add a material to this surface now. I select this. You want to create your own material instead of using what's it called, the default material. I select standard, then you see something like this. Automatically it's going to add a glossy, a reflectivity, the relief will be at default colorization. So now Lumion will give you three options for what? One, color map. 2 normal map, 3 displacement map. So what is color map? Color map is actually the texture, the color of not basically, because you can still adjust the color. That's the number one texture in any PBR material. Number one texture is one, the color or albedo. You can call it color albedo. So when I come here now, you will notice something, that this is saying albedo 8-bit TIFF. So now it's telling me that this is the color map of the material I want to use. So if I put this map, it's like a JPG just for you to download. If I put it in this option, if I put it here in this color map option, it will identify it as a material, as a material. Then next, it will be asking for the normal. The normal map. What does the normal do? The normal helps you differentiate between the flat surface, differentiate between the heights. Let me use the word flat and the bumpy surface in a material surface. So now, that means if you have a surface that is smooth, the map will not be well defined. If you have the surface that is rough, that may, let's say for this wood now, you can see that the wood panels, let's go back to the see the wood panel. You can see that the wood panel has recesses. This side is in and this side is out. So it's the color map that will define that will send the code to the laptop, to the engine, to Lumion, that okay, oh, this is the bumpy area and this is the flat area. This is the inside, this is the outside of the material. So now you should not miss any of this map. That's one. That's two rather, because we already talked about the color map. Now we just finished talking about the normal map. And finally, the displacement map. What does this displacement map? The displacement map determine the displacement, that's the height of how far and how much the depth of the material surface is. And you know that when there is a recess or a corner surface, you know the way light falls on it different, differs. It will look different. And what makes renders realistic is the interplay of light and shade. So now, if you fill this with the maps that you are going to download, if there's any material that you are downloading and does not have any of this map, you have challenges in manipulating them, because some of them will look flat and straight. So if you can handle this well, then can you see, as you can see now, we have the normal, the color displacement, the choose displacement map. So the color map, we don't really need to deal with this. The glossiness, how shiny and how reflective it is. So now after this bar, if you can add a displacement map, then a displacement slider will come down here. That's when you can define the depth, how deep, and how you can define the level difference of the material surface. Let me use that word. Level difference of the material surface. I hope you guys, if there's a question, please drop alongside. Harold, you're welcome. Welcome to the page. You're welcome to the page. Okay, Afolabi Oluwatime, thank you for the feedback. Thank you. He said he's enjoying it. I really appreciate that. So I will download. I will download. Actually, I will use this as an example. Let me download this. So this, it gave me 15 free opportunities to work with, and I have one. So can you see they are different sizes? If I subscribe to this website now, I'll be able to download this ones. Can you see it's saying premium, no enough credit, premium, 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 premium for all the maps. We only have 4 maps available for this, and there are some that are more than 4. We have the albedo, which is the color map. We have the displacement map. We have the normal. This is how normal looks like, and this is how displacement looks like for any material that you see. But the textures also differs. But color map is exactly this color. Then this AO map, ambient occlusion. Lumion does not have business with this. Why? Because Lumion already have an automatic function for this already. So you don't need to stress yourself downloading this map at all. That is if you're sticking with Lumion. But for those using any other softwares that require it, that's when they download it. Just these first three map are the most important for Lumion. So we can download, and I will download the maximum one I can. This 1024 by 1024. So I cannot go and download 512, because by the time I increase the size of the material, it will not be looking sharp. So let me download one. So if I click 1, 14 free. If I download 2, 13 free. So 3. So I've used 3 of my options on this particular website. So when I go to my download button, let's see the download. So these are the materials I just downloaded now, and I'll be using them on our Lumion. I'll be using them on our Lumion right now. So to do that, now I've selected this material, then the standard. Then let me put them here. The first one is this. Go to my download. Then I'll select the color map. This is it. Then this is what I have for the color. Can you see the face? So I'll remove the colorization as soon as I do that. Then I'll add the normal map. This is the normal map here. Then after that, let me remove the glossiness and remove the reflectivity and change the scale. The scale, you now change the scale to get the material well defined, because this scale, the imported scale is always very tiny and small. So let me increase the scale. Okay. Okay. Looks like I don't like this material at all. It's looking too scale. Okay, I still need to increase it. The scale is very small. I still need to increase it very well. Okay. I think um, it needs a rotation. Let me increase it to about, let's say something. Now let me rotate it because it's horizontal. Let me rotate it like this. Pitch. Let's say this is it. Then what else? Okay, I didn't rotate it perfectly. Let me put it at 90. 90. For Lumion 11, you can just input this on Lumion 11 without trying to get the perfect one. Then now the displacement map. Okay, this is the displacement map. The displacement will define the depth more. Then I can increase the relief. Displacement map. Can you see? If you can see the difference, you see that it's moving in. But too much displacement will make the material look distorted. So I normally keep the displacement around this side, because this material does not look like it needs too much or a lot of displacement. So now that's that for material. This is not the material that I'll be using for today's class. I already outsourced the material. See the look of the material. Now can you see that if you check this particular part, you notice that this side is meant to go inside and this side should be the one coming outside. So that's one challenge we have. So we'll go back to Lumion and adjust that. Select, we'll go back. We'll change flip normal map. So we'll change the normal. We'll click the flip normal map. And by the time we check, then this is what we have. See the detail here, see the detail, see the depth, see everything we are talking about. I hope you guys are still understanding me. I hope, let me check if there's a question for me. Okay, no question. Okay. No. Okay, so that's that for how to use PBR material. So there's still a way you can improve this material better to look more nice, better, which we'll talk about that on Photoshop tonight by the time we end the class. I just want to have this session for 2 hours. 2 hours, I won't take much time because we still have to do Photoshop today for post-production, and boom, we are done with the class. So we need to talk about Photoshop. So that's why I won't spend much. That's why I had to go download all the necessary materials in there. That we apply them. Thank God I've explained how to apply this particular type of material. Now, not just that, you're not done. To work as a professional in Lumion, you have to understand something, that unrealistic visualizations are the ones that have sharp edges. Can you see that this model is looking like doesn't have sharp edges? Wait, let me increase the quality of my Lumion presentation from here. Let me put it to high editor's quality, high quality. So let me put it to high. So that's okay. So so whenever you're working with any material on Lumion, as long as even metals, there is in real life there is nothing that has sharp edge if it's not knife. There is nothing that has sharp edge in real life. There is nothing like that has sharp. So you have to make sure that the the materials that you'll be picking and be making use of, their edges too will not be that sharp. You have to increase. Now this material is wood, then I will change the edge. I will increase the edges. So they won't be sharp edge. It will be like I don't know how to explain that. If you see a concrete now, concrete does not have a perfect sharp edge, but whenever we do our model, there is no way we can model for for Revit users, and the model we have a beveled edge if you don't change the profile. I don't know if you guys understand that part. Let me edit this in the render view so that we can get what I'm trying to say. Okay, now see the edge of this stuff here. Can you see that there's a little bit curve here, like it's not looking like sharp like the previous one? Let me go back and remove that edge and let's see. Let me go back and remove the sharp. So I'm going to remove the sharp edge now. Can you see? Can we see this very well? How straight and sharp this edge is. Now let me increase the sharp edge again. At times, whenever you use too much sharp edge, the material will lose its quality. So by the time it's losing its quality, that means there's tendency of you increasing your displacement to make your displacement more defined. So this, I think this type of edge is okay for this wood, not too sharp. Mind if I remove it totally, it will look like a blade. I hope you understand that. It will look like a blade. So I will try to increase it a bit. I think I'm okay with it this way. Let me reduce the displacement. Let me take it up again. So that is that for PBR material. We will go to now today we will, this is not the material I'll be using today, like I said. Today we will do one thing. I will do the complete camera settings now, and I want you to take your biro and pen, book and pen rather, and take note of all the settings I'll be making now. Jot them down. And I would not like to go back, just check the settings that are most important to the whole composition that I'll be making. But if you have any question on this material aspect, please do well to ask, do well to drop a question. Jibrin Enoch, you're welcome to the page. You're welcome, welcome. So let's go back to setting up the scene, setting up the scene. So with that, we will begin. I will just do a quick one on the material settings, on the scene settings. Okay, so we stop at reflection, color correction. Yeah, definitely. We stop at color correction. So I will move the color correction on the reflection tab. One, two, three. Color correction is on the reflection now. Then I'll add analog color lab to it. Analog color lab to stick. Okay. So I just add analog color lab to it. Then I'll adjust the style to, let me put the style to around to about 1.6. Take 1.6, okay. 1.4, 1.5. I think I'm okay with 1.6. Yeah, I'm okay with 1.6. Then I will give the amount to amount. This amount is too much. To about 0.7 is okay for me. Yeah, so that's what we have. Then let me drop that color lab on the color correction. On the color correction. So then the root cow, we already said the root cow, but now we only added it for the same positioning. We didn't define what we are using it basically for. We just adjusted it so that we will be able to set our camera. That's what we did yesterday. So now let's give it a good one that will fit our scene perfectly well. Basically, there's no I will just make use of it in such a way that it will fit this scene, because for each sun position will be different from each scene. So that's the truth. So you have to adjust it to get the of what you want, best of what you want. Okay. So make sure that whenever you are making your scene, your son fall on the right path. Oh, like don't come and put your son at the back. It depends. It doesn't even depend, because it will kill the material quality. You won't get the quality of the material well. Let me see, is it brightness that okay? Brightness like that. I'm okay with the brightness. At times when you render and the scene looks dark, it's looking brighter now. When you now render, it looks dark. It's because you didn't play with this well. You didn't play with it well. The overall brightness is too much, too bright. I think let's leave it around the side. Then we don't need to flip any sky. So let's change now. I want to change the mood to a perfect to the one that will fit this reference we are working with, that is close to what we are working with. I want to change the mood to that. So that's what we are trying to do now. So this looks like an evening mood. That means, mind you, we are not using the sky. We are not using the luminous sky. But the sky also helps in the scene. How was it helping? It's the sky that is bringing the light into the scene, but the background picture is just the image. It's just an image of a sky. So that it also has a role to play. It has an effect. The fact that we are not using does not mean it's not contributing to the scene. It's contributing to the scene, because the background is not giving the light to the scene. It's the sky giving the light. We are not just using the color of the sky. So let's change this mode to okay. Let's change. Okay. Let's look for. It's looking like overcast. Let's look for a night scene and see if it's gonna work. Mm, a night scene will not work. Let's check something else. Sunset. The amount of light coming there does not really make sense. I think I like this looks more cool. Yeah. So see the sun has too much effect on the metal, the window frames. It's a bit too much. It's falling. So let's give it a rotation that will. Okay, okay, okay. The sun is falling around the side. Let's check our reference and see. So before we proceed now, I don't want to go too much. The scene is looking too dark. Let me add a bit of exposure. Let me add a bit of exposure. Let me add exposure to the. Okay. So exposure. Think exposure is good at stick. Exposure is too much. Let's put that. Okay. Then let's give it hyper light. The amount of light in the scene is set low. Okay, about Yeah, we're getting there. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. This one evening, like an evening view. Evening view. Let's the exposure is a bit too much again. Mm-hmm. This one evening view. Yeah. So okay, let's. I won't waste much of our time. I will just identify the material on the Google Drive. You download them and you use for those following the class. For those following the class. So I will identify that. Okay. Okay. Let's. Have explained PBR material. I hope you understand that, please. Hello. Are we good on PBR
Yes, we
material?
do.
You know
We
how to
do.
source it.
Yes, sir.
Send
Yes,
the
sir.
link. You know how to source for them and you know how to make use of them. Let me open in one. Let me open this
Yes.
site for the last time and check. Not all websites downloads like that. Let's check ambient. That ambient I gave you, ambientcg.com. They do their own different, and I think I like their material more compared to others. Ambient CG explore all 1,702 assets. So we have materials. Okay, let me check for wood. This look more or less like what we are looking for. But this is it. This is what we are looking for here. Let me check. What's the name? This is what we are looking for here. Okay, not it's not as clean as what we are looking for. Does not have enough bump. Okay, this is like what we are. Yep, this is what we are looking. Let's check. Yeah, but they have different colors. That's one difference there. It's close to what we are looking for, but with different color. Let's download this. So I already download this. Yeah, yeah. We have the 1K, we have the 2K, 4K, 8K. The more the quality, these are the JPEG section. This is PNG section. I see their sizes. So if you go for 8K, this is what you are downloading. That means you get more picture quality. Okay, okay. So let me say my sound. So, okay, I think it's good this way now. Yeah. Okay. So I can hear you guys now in case you have a call back. If you drop any message, just you can just eye me or say notify me via audio and turn it off immediately. So this is what we are looking. Okay, you sent an image on WhatsApp. Okay, I'll check that. How did I get the view at the center? Okay, that's what. Are you just joining us, Oyemichi? Were you in the last class? Oh, don't worry about that. You did not miss anything at all. Anything at all. It was what we did in the last class. So just like it was just an image overlay, and you get a video session that will make you understand that perfectly well. That will solve all your problem. I would have loved to go back on it now because we still have to move from Lumion to Photoshop this evening. So there's no much time. There's no much time. There's not much time. So I'm so sorry about that. You get the link definitely. I hope you are good on that note. So so Plank basically, if you have a workstation, you can do a 4K JPG and you have space, a lot of space, a 4K JPG. But for the purpose of this class, I don't want to waste too much time to start downloading 80 megabyte stuff. And one of the reasons why I had to download most of this material, how I outsource this material before this time is we cannot be waiting for our network, Nigerian network, to start delaying us from downloads. So this is actually the material I got. And if we come to the Google Drive, what you just need to look for on the Google Drive is this. Okay, the materials. Just I think the name is Planks O21, Planks O21P. Mm, Plank O21. So I downloaded it 2K. Can you see the name here? Let me increase the size very well. Okay, okay, this is Planks O21 2K size JPG, the JPEG version. So if I open it, this is, can you see exactly same material? This is it here. This is it. So and I downloaded all the maps because this on this website now, when you click download, it download at a zip file and you extract it. So let me just download one. I will download the 1K, which we will not be using because that one is of small size, 5 megabyte, and I will show how to extract them. I believe we all can extract one or two. Open window. So it has download finish. Okay, no, this is it. This is what we have. Then you extract those things you need basically. But I extracted most times. I extract everything. Then I create a new folder. I drag and drop it there. Then I select it on my Lumion. Let's say I create a new folder. Then I drag all these things and drop inside the new folder. Let me drop inside these casa patios. So let's see, this is casa patios and see the materials I just dragged inside. Then I'll be able to select them. This is it here. There are other, see, this is a normal map, this is a color map, this is displacement map. These are just the three things we need basically. And we have another normal map. This one act different. We have one, I was able to click this option on Lumion. This option. So they both have different maps, but Lumion already has automatic function for it. So if you use any of the map and you swap it, invert it, it will serve the same purpose. So you can use any of the maps, this map, and still swap that particular thing. Okay, this is it. This is it. So I let me delete it to save most of map space. We have the roughness map. Other maps can be used on other softwares, but right now Lumion has not given us options for more map overlay for now, and what we have can give us the quality of what we are looking for currently. So I will let me clear this material so that I can use that other one. How do I clear it? Make it invisible and take it back to standard. I see the standard still has glossiness, but now the color is just white. So let's go and locate our map on the Google Drive. So let me change the extension so I can see what I'm looking for. Check all textures file. Then color, One, this is what we have. Can you see the size is too small? Let's adjust the normal. I can use any of the normal. So I'll need to start map 024, or then we are talking about the normal map. Let me use this normal. Then we'll pick the or displacement map. So we remove the glossiness. You can add glossiness if just a bit of it if you want it, but I'm not adding glossiness to it. There's no need for that. Reflectivity, increase the relief, change the size. You have to understand scaling. No, nobody will teach you. Just try to scale it for Lumion. Pitch rotate at 90. You can still adjust this rotation to affect this particular side of to affect all these sides on this side. Let's see 180. Let's see. No, it's still the same thing. Let's take it back to 90 please. So and I'll add let me just add a bit glossiness and change increase displacement some extent. And don't forget the edge. The edge, let's have something like good, and I change the edge to bit 0.1. Weathering. What weathering does, it makes it look have depth. It makes it have depth. Like if I increase the weathering, like it's looking like the wood is dirty, but it was in our reference, it's a clean wood in our reference. So let me just add a bit of it to make it look more real. So see the material, see what we have. This is what we have. This is what we have. Um, I think we still need to work on. I will be making an evening and a day scene. So let me duplicate this and create both evening and day scene for this particular. So okay, this is evenings. I will just come here, copy all this function, did copy, and I'll paste it here. Let me create a day scene. To create a day scene, don't need much stress. I'll just come to what's it called? Day, and do a clear okay, yeah, take this one, looks more better. So this scene is even from this scene. Basically this is an evening scene. Make me not forget, this is an evening scene. So very fast, quick one. I will add materials to every other thing here so that we can get the quality of what we are looking for. The color of this thing is looking different from the color of this material is looking different from what we have. So let's change the color of the material. You can get the color code in Photoshop, but now we are not using Lumion, an higher version of Lumion that will give us a color code of that nature. So let's change. Let me change this to, let's look for a color that will, let's check this. I think it would be nice if we change the color in the build effect mode so that we can get the quality of what we are looking for fast enough. Let's give it increase this thing. Now let's stick with something like this. So every other thing can be adjusted later. This is close to it, so every other thing can be adjusted later. This the window frame. Let's change it to something dark. This is not dark enough. Okay. Okay. I think. Okay. So I think we still need to increase the scale of the material. This is why you need to take time to edit material. Don't rush in doing material jobs, and it's gonna you see the result of the more you take time on a job, you get the better it becomes. Let me change the scale to okay. I can see something here that I don't like. So I want to let me like this edge now does not look close. So let me move this line to the edge so that to look at this. Okay, let me move the line to the edge. Not this. Then I can move this. Okay, okay, okay. That's it. I hope you guys are with me at all. I'm trying to use a brighter scene to set the whole thing. Okay. Now, a quick one. I will set the materials. I'm setting the wall material now. Make that very fast. Make that very fast. So I'll be using wall material. Okay. I get that. Okay. Now, for instance, this does not have what's it called? Does not have a displacement. This is what I'm using. I'm using test. I downloaded this from texture.com. It's not in any PD in any folder. Textures.com was to code 3. So the color map I just selected is this color of the height. Yeah, it's the color map. Then the what's it called? Normal map. This is normal map. Say 1K material, then I can change. Um, I can change the colorization. I don't know what's lagging currently. Something is lagging. Lumion is freezing. No. Okay, let me finish it first. I can't tell what's wrong with the Lumion. I can't tell. No zooming out. Okay, I think I know what to do. Nothing is clicking on me. Okay, that's good. I'll have to shut it down and come back in. Mm, I don't know this email is going to take time. Let's see. Ah, okay. So I think I won't be able to come online while I have my data on. So hello, hello. Give me a minute. Let me turn on Lumion. Give me a minute. Let me turn on Lumion. Just a minute. Just a minute. So sorry for the break. I apologize for that deeply. So I'm sorry about that. So sorry about that, please. So sorry about that. Um, I'm so sorry. Okay, now I'll have to make it very snap because I'll end this Lumion time in by 10 so that we can go to Photoshop fast. That means we need to render at least one scene so that I can take that to Photoshop and we can add, can do one or two things there. I hope you guys can still hear me. I hope you guys can still hear me. Yeah, thank you, Okudia, for so sorry about that. I just want to make a quick material settings. Let me reduce something. Okay, quality is back. I can't really tell why it's lagged and it has never happened to me before that way. So I stop somewhere here. Okay. So like I said, search for wall material. Trying to get okay. These are the materials I use for the scene, like I said earlier. So I'm trying to check the paint material. Paint is an issue. Maybe it was because I went online that I had a challenge sourcing for the material. I don't know. I can't tell. I have to go back and still pick that same material. I don't have any option. Oh, sticker material. Mm, mm, okay. Or one, two. Yeah. So remove the colorization, remove the glossiness and the reflectivity. Increase the relief. Now I want to make it white. The map I got is kind of grayish, so I'll make it white. Yeah, no, white. So do well to check the size of the material. Or let me check if I can see the size. Let me turn this so I can see the size very well. This has a bumpy texture and it's a 1K material, so the if you zoom it very much you might not get the quality of what you're looking for. Okay, I'm using the color. Let me bring down the relief some distance. Okay, as usual I don't want this sharp edge. Okay, this I think light is falling on this part. You can see the rough edges of the wall. These are rough edges of the wall, and let's reduce the edge. Okay, using it. So this is an ordinary black material. What else? Let me do the concrete and we are good to go. The concrete and the floor. Okay, I think please whenever you are setting your material, make sure there is light, enough light in the scene so that you don't have challenge understanding the material. So let me rotate this light so that okay, we are using for now. Let me turn off this so that we can see. Okay, I think this is better. Okay, then I can change other material. Let me change this. Okay, just make it. Okay, before that, you can see that this material is now looking very poor. Let me change it, use the scale. I think I like the scale. You can see the detail around this side. You can see the edge is not too sharp. The edge is not too sharp. Then also, this same material is what I'll use for the down part of it. Copy, because as we can see the reference now, you can see this one is looking grayish, not as white as this, but it's also a wall. So I just pasted, I copied this material and I'm pasting it to this one. And I'll adjust the color difference in the two. This is a color difference. Let's see if this is it. Then I'll come here, change the material for this. Let me make this steel. For those that were not here yesterday, I'll make this steel now. I'll make this steel. So it was just a default material. This is a swimming pool cover. There was no water here. But mind you, we still have to add water. Is this okay? This is not the pool cover. This is the water itself. So let's add water basically. I was thinking it's the pool cover because I added the pool cover in the model. I think I hid it. I did. So let's use water. Uh, doesn't calm blue lake, clear pool. So the water is looking too smooth. Then I can adjust the wave height. Okay. Then the concrete is the next thing I'm working on. Is okay. Is a concrete here. I've copied all the materials I'll be using. I copied it on the same. I copied it on the same. Okay, yeah. On the Google Drive, rather. And this port. Um, let me check. Okay, so now these ones are in T tag format. That's what we'll do in Photoshop in the next few minutes. If time permits us now, we'll explain how to make use of, produce this tag ones. I converted this to tag. Tag format gives you more quality compared to the JPG. Tag will retain the quality. You know, the way I was increasing the size and it was looking blurry. In tag qualities, they are more better there compared to JPEG. So I will do this. This is the material that we are using. Let's preview it for preview. Okay, okay. This let's use this for what's it called instead. This is not the part. This we'll use this for the interlock. Then we'll use this for concrete for preview. Okay, okay. Then we'll use this. Let's use this for always. So this Abeldo, the color map. Select the color map. Select the normal map. Select the normal map. This normal rough normal map. Okay. And displacement map. Then choose the color, reduce the glossiness, the reflectivity is of the leaf, increase it's a concrete, so you should have a rough surface. The leaf is a rough surface. Then change the scale. Let me go back to get the perfect scale. Okay. I'm trying to achieve something that is around this side because I was able to take time and get this particular concrete type. So we'll get something, use something close to it. So scale, okay. I see the detail, the quality is different from that of that's okay. Then let me move it. Moving it. Okay, it's better than no rotates. I can still move in this way. So I'm trying to make sure that this line is at the edge so that I can look more. And let's not forget the weathering. This one we have a very good weathering. Then using its details, then I can now change, adjust the color so that I can look a bit whitish, not those whites like a gray color, something like grayish. So that is that for that. Then we have the material for this and we are good to go. We're almost done with material application so that we can go to Photoshop as fast as possible. As fast as possible. Okay. Then we can okay, this is not what we're using. Setup. Okay. 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 You know what? I will take this time to explain saving of material and reusing them later. All the ones I've added, I can save all of them and use them later. Let me add this. Then let me okay. Where's the normal map? The displacement map. Displacement map. So I can change the surface. I think I prefer this. Then increase the displacement, reduce the glossiness, reduce the reflectivity. You know, it's a concrete now, it will not reflect anything. Then reduce the bumpiness to some extent. Change the scale. This is what I'm working on. This is what I'm working on. Change the scale. Then the rough curve edges we're doing it on the floor, so it should be a bit dirty about. Yeah, the scale is still looking okay. I think I like that. So I can save this and use next time, and I can copy to save. Just click on this button, save. So it's going to bring out the name you want to save it with. I don't know. Why is it taking time to okay? You can save it with concrete 22. Let me say Lumion concrete. So you can save all of them that way. And whenever you save them and you want to apply it on something else, select this. Come to what's it called? Come to custom materials. It will save under custom material. Then these are the materials I've already saved. And see Lumion concrete, see the name, and I can pick it up from there. And this is what we have. This is what we have. So let me apply it to this also, the one at the edge here, and make it darker. Okay. So fast and good. I think I will add the last material for the front, the one that will affect the front view. Then we will explain how to bring in model and use the model. Then in just 30 minutes, we will place a render and we are good on that note so that we can go to Photoshop. I'm trying to make it this as fast as possible. Okay. Okay. So this the glass here is different from what we have. Copy, then I'll paste the aluminium to the same thing. The aluminium is copy, Um, so the scene is now getting bigger and bigger. That's why it's taking a bit of time. The scene is getting big. If you try to save now, this is what we have. So the ceiling, let me just give it a ceiling material. One of the ceiling material I saved one time like that. So you can make it a pure white. Let me make it a pure white in that case. Just different material. So which will take us from this, after this, pure white, pure white, no glossiness, no reflectivity. Then the edges are bent to some extent. And I don't have any weathering. I want it as clean as possible. So this I have lights. I just model the light here. So let's take note of this light. I'll make them emissive material. They'll serve as my light. Create a standard material, a default standard material. Then afterwards I will change the color to warm light color or something like this. Reduce the glossiness, reduce the reflectivity. Then come to settings and change the emissive to this. Then okay, that's an emissive light. Let's just stand here. Let's see one of the views that we've actually created and check if okay. I think okay, this is a view. We created a view for this, and this is it. This one does not, remember, this one does not have the settings. This one does not have the settings, so we have to find a way to bring in the setting here and come and put it here. So that's it. We are bringing in the setting here and we're putting it here. So our skies image color blah 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 might be taken away. So let's first use the settings. Okay, now let's use this one. Copy, copy effect. Take it here. Paste. So now it's changed a lot of things. So let's just change the image value. Change the image value. First, linear value to okay. And the near clip that we added has gone because of that. The near clip, near clip, that should be on the camera. I was wrong, not on the camera. Advanced, okay, it should be here. Yeah, got it. So we can increase it a bit and take it away. So the water is not looking real. The wall is not looking good enough also. The wall is not looking. Let's change this car. This light is clear. Okay, okay. Don't mind me, now I reduce the quality of my render view, so there's higher tendency of us. So let's see the positioning of the sun here. This thing is dark. We know that we can adjust all of that later. Okay, the sun falls in here. As you can see, a shadow around this side. Sun is facing. Okay, now let's take it from here. Okay. Okay, my son cannot go further than that. I think this cantilever is much compared to what we already have. What we already have. Okay. This settings here have a lot of things to be done to work on. Now I don't really like this material look. So, but before that, before we go back to that, so that we don't take much time, we don't take much of our time. I will add this material and I'll just do few settings and go to model. 3 minutes to 9:30. Okay. Pebbles, the name of the file is Pebble Nero. Just search is Pebble Nero Ebano. Are you guys still there? Jesus, I've been talking for like close to how many minutes now? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Displacement. So this is what we have, and we are going to work on it. Remove the colorization, remove the glossiness. I would like to add glossiness a bit to the stone, then change the map scale. Change the map scale to something reasonable to the high. Can you see the map is looking very flat? So let's find a way to increase the displacement. This one needs a good, can you see the difference why the displacement is good? This one needs displacement, good displacement. Then I gloss it a bit and not a bit, no, I don't need reflection at all. So I would like to, I don't want to use this material for this year. Copy. I want to use it for the floor. Paste. Then I'll use a different material for we have. Okay, let me paste it on the floor and I'll make it more bigger. It's looking repetitive and it's not looking real. It's looking too repetitive, not looking real. Then I'll use the one on the floor for this particular one. Paste. Okay, then I'll do the same, the one on the floor here. Okay, copy. I'll paste it to this side. Paste. And I'll use it for the stairs too. My scene is getting bigger. If I start saving, it's going to grow large. So I don't want to save at all. I'll do the saving later. So I have the stairs there. Then just the same way we added this graph, this one here, then we'll add this here. The more I'm adding material, the larger my scenes become. Oh. Please take note of that. Take note of that. So I'm not gonna doubt if this file is up to like 2 gig. I've done works of 5 gig before. That's why whenever you're selecting material size, I think a 2K material is okay. 2K material is nice compared to this pool water is something else. Looking to Camble, Moki, reflecting lake, white water, super clear, black water, please. Let's have peace of mind. It's black. Let's check the same to be very sure what we are doing. This is what we have. Okay, we'll get it better. I will throw a render now so that we can see the quality because I reduce my editor's quality because my material are becoming larger. I will throw a what's it called? A render to just see what we have. Now, after throwing the render, just I will explain the model, how to source for model. Because I think we understand the little bit I've worked on now. Let me try render to be very sure. Let me add reflection to this water. Reflection to the water. Okay. Okay. Guys, okay. Now let me just do a render of this scene. So whenever you're rendering, you can add additional options for post-production. This is a depth map, normal map. I will explain all of that later, but I won't render any of this because we are not doing the final render currently. So I'll just click on desktop. Let me render a small size that can be faster. Be faster, be faster. Let me do that on my desktop. Okay, test one. It's rendering as a tag file. This is bad. Let me cancel. So it's good to do test renders like so that you can know what you're working on. If actually, are you guys still there? Let me cancel this. Okay. Let me click the render again. Desktop. Then I can change the render tests one to PNG. I render in PNG to just maintain a good tag quality is always good, but it's only Photoshop that can open that thing. So okay, this is what we have. This is what we have. Okay. There's still a lot of things to add, but I wish time will permit us to do all of that. I've not had material to this. That's why it's black like this. This light is not coming out because of the the same light. It's not identifying as a night scene. So we'll work on that too also. Okay. I like this. This one, this material here is. I think the material still need curved, like a bit beveled edges. The color for this is okay. This one is okay. To work better in post production. This one is okay. The reflection is okay. So okay. So and also I said I will move to another one now. I'm coming into the consulting. Maybe this is the only thing will render. Yeah. So let's check. I just want to check the quality of that light over there. Over there. Sorry about this. See, then I would like to clear this. I want to use the Lumion night scene. Let's use this select style. Then I'll add some few settings to it also. Maybe for clean. Okay, maybe value. Maybe for clean. Okay. Okay. Perspective. Let's have perspective too. Perspective. Okay. I need to remove one or two if I could. I think I'll read this one. And shadow the light loose clouds. The light for this. Let me see the rotation for this please. This is 150.8. I will not want it like this. I'll take it back. I think it's like so. I will render this and then while I'm rendering it, I will just explain. I will explain the model part so that we can test too. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't add reflection to this particular thing. I didn't have reflection to it, but it doesn't matter. Let's go to model. We'll do all of that after talking much a bit about model. So we'll do much of that. So okay, and also this material choice, we didn't adjust this material very well in such a way that the normal we have to toggle the normal inside is coming is outside, right? This one is inside. That's one thing. But with no time beside us, we will work on the model. So now talking about the model, any message from me? Okay, good. Okay, talking about the model. So there are several websites you can get models. I'll go back to the link. I showed us this link before. We have Okay, where I basically get most of my model, you can get model from here. Good models. I mean, good models. There are still more websites which I will send time to time. Just check it out. It's more or less like the materials on. So there are some that are free, there are some that are not free. There are some that you have the limit of download per day also. But my favorite one that I did not send, there's no time to type it, is I like this. This just started giving us paid before. Everything on this website is free, but now you have to pay for it. You can only download three things. You can only download three things on this website for a day. Before, everything was free. Now, I think it started like 2 weeks ago. So let's try to search a model. You log in. Let me log in my account. You create account normal. Then let's see. I have to log in with my Google account. Okay. Somebody sent a message. Somebody's waiting for us. Brian. Brian, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I've logged in the account so I can actually search for whatever I want. For instance, now let's see the bicycle of this thing. Okay. Mm, okay, yeah, the bicycle is here. Let's see, let's look for a bicycle sim. We might not be able to get the perfect, but get the same bicycle. Looking for the same bicycle might take a lot of time. But I got a well detailed one, good one that we can use. Lumion has bicycle, but you cannot compare what you see here with what you see on Lumion. Abeg, see this one now. See, even though the tire is too smooth, let's look for something better than this. So, which is, let me look for bicycle. Bicycle. If you are looking for light, type the light. Let's look for detailed bicycle. So this was what I downloaded. Just select it. So see, I can only daily download limit 0/3. Maximum download speed 24. Don't mind that. If your internet speed is fast, you can still download some extent. So this is the stuff you down 63.56 megabyte. You download it. The materials are impacted, everything is there already. So now after downloading, this is what you see. Let me show us a source. Okay, this is it. When I downloaded that stuff, this was what I saw. Models. I've uploaded it on the page. Just check bicycle, you'll see it. This was what I saw. This. This is the image of the bicycle. Is it there? So then you see marks. These are models that is being used on 3D Max, but you can use them on Lumion too. That's one advantage. That's why I said to this class is expository now for you to learn almost what CGI artists do. All CGI artists. So this is the material for this for 3D Max. For now, it has been exported to FBX, and I told you in the beginning of the class you can use FBX in any project. In Lumio rather, I showed us how we can bring in FBX, how we can take it out. So now, in some situations whereby when you download it, you don't have XBS, I will show us how to convert 3D Max. Sorry, please. In situation where you don't have FBX, in the download after download, you only have 3D Max. Definitely, you have 3D Max. I will make a video on how to convert 3D Max to FBX or Lumion model rather, let me say, to convert it to Lumion model with the material still intact. And this now we can take it to Lumion like I showed you then and it will work. So I've actually taken it to Lumion with the same all the materials are intact like I said. So and for most of the models you'll be downloading from Z project, they will come with materials and most of them come with FBX. You understand? And you can convert it if some does not come, which I will explain that later because there is no time. So I'll bring in this bicycle as fast as possible because Bicycle is somewhere here. I've not changed this material, don't mind me. So let me place the bicycle. And for the bicycle, you see the material is just intact. There's we don't really have much time to talk more on how to change the material for. Let me look for transport. So this bicycle now is just the same as cars. The same as cars. Now see the bicycle, see how looking view well detailed, see the tire sef. Let me place the car to the same thing. If you see any cars to just type in car on that page or any of the link I sent to you. So you see their sweet quality coming out after sending it to just to adjust some few things. Let me look for one of my favorite cars. All of this thing is on the Telegram page. Somebody just sent a request. Stephanie admit. Good evening, Stephanie. You're welcome. Welcome. So, let me okay. I'm looking for a particular car under Accord. So you don't have business with Lumion cars or something. I just want to bring in this car so that you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, see the quality of this car in Lumion. Okay, and so just that. Let's go back to this scene. Okay. You guys remember I reduced the quality of my editor mode so that my work can be more faster. I will increase it now so that we can see the quality of what we are dealing with. Let me increase the quality of my to start. Uh-huh. Okay, this is what we are talking about here. So we can zoom in and see. It's just because of this net flap factory. Let me turn it on. So let's position the bike very well. See the car here. Let's position the bike very well and make it look delete, rotate. Feedback, please. Are you guys with me? If there's any question, no, please ask. Ask. Just drop it. If I want answer now, I will answer as soon as the class is done. We have 15 minutes to the end of all this whole thing. Yeah. So if you check the reference picture, you will notice that there is actually, let me change the scale of this bicycle. It was a big bicycle that was in the scene. Let's come back to the scene. Yeah, okay, it's a big bicycle. So that's just 4 gig that I just finished. So then we can open the screen. Don't forget, I said whenever you are creating metal, make sure you add specular to it so that you get the full detail, a very well detail. Then rotate in this manner. Okay, okay. So it's entering inside the stuff. I can pull it up. Hold on shift to take it slowly. I'm putting on shift now. It's now slow. I can take it back. Gotcha. Okay, that's that. Let me check the same. There is no too much time. Okay, this is what we have. This is what we have. You can change the color of the material to black if you want. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, this is the same. This is the same. That means we still need to adjust a few things about this camera. So a few things about this camera. We have light. So we'll talk about light and I'll place the light model. Do you have a question on importation of models? Hey, whoa, people don't quiet. Okay. Now I'll place. So I downloaded another model for the light, which is this model wall lights. I was trying to get something close to that. So I was able to get this. Where is it? Okay, review. On that same Z project, this is what I got. So I'll be using the smaller one, and we have the FBX to interact. Export. Okay, see the FBX here. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me place. I'll just place the lights here. So mind you, the light is a model, so we should you just add lumion light to it. And one thing also is, okay, this is a light here, so I can place it on the wall around this side, then rotate. Okay, you can reduce the size if you want. You can increase it. You can increase it. You can increase it if you want. Okay, now let's say this is what I have. I want to include lumion light on it. So let's see, I just select lumion light. And also you can try to change the material of the light to make it more. You can make one material emissive. Like for instance now, instead of putting lumion light, I can just come here, make this material emissive instead, make it a different material, make it emissive, and change the color. I don't want this. Change the color to just like I did for that one. Emissive. So I think it's okay like that. Then to because of the IES light, IES is just the shape of the light. Because of the shape of the light from the reference picture, the shape of this light, see the way it's looking. You will just try to look for something close to that. Lumen does not have that particular shape. I don't know if recent versions has. Sorry. So we'll add like this. We already have a emissive light. Let's check how it looks like. On render, so so the light brightness will be coming out on render. There's no time to render now, so let's add this light. Let's look for a light that will speak better of what we're doing. Speak this, drop the lights on this particular area, and then change the light property to a warm light. A warm light. You can reduce the cone if you want. You can reduce the cone. You can increase it. Yes. I like putting the brightness very low at 600 basically. Maybe at 600 instead. So remember this material, this scene already only has just three settings. We did not use the main setting. So I will add what's it called to it. I'll add the let me add this done and adjust some few things on the done. Adjust some few things. Okay, there's still light emissiveness at the back here. Okay, there's still light emissiveness. Let's check this. Okay, reflectivity, normal, increase the threshold, and add reflection. We've not had trees and all the rest. Oh my god, it's a lot to work out. So we'll see if we can place all of that before we leave. So we still need to adjust this particular view. Still need to adjust this particular view. There's still a lot to do on the adjustments that I made the other time. 952 this time. I want to go to Photoshop. So I added, what was it to this? I added color correction. Okay, instead of that, let me just copy the setting from color correction I made here. Let me copy color correction setting. Just come here. copy, copy settings, then come here, then try to paste settings. Okay, okay, add the color correction and paste. Okay, color correction should be here. Then you come to color correction itself and you paste the settings to color correction. So we are getting close, we are getting close gradually. Then I added what is this, analog color lab, edit, copy settings. Then I come here, add analog color lab. Yeah, edit these settings. So I would like to use the shadow of what I have here. I like to use the shadow of what I have here. Or the color settings, the shadow settings I made here. I like to use it. Mm, okay. So this is what I can play with. Reflection. Let me see. There's something with reflection now that I need to take note of. This reflection is not looking okay. So let's add few trees. One thing you should notice, one thing that can make your render look out, this floor is not popping, it's not coming up, it's coming down. So we need to toggle the materials to make, and there's no material here also. So we work on that. We'll have to work on that too. So before we start working on materials to adjust the final render, let's place plants that will reflect on the glass. You need to know, understand that there must be an environment, place object that will reflect on the glass to make it look real. That way people don't know. You place at the back, you place in front. I'll make it to look real. Somebody turn on audio now. The Telegram page link, FBS is a file format. Yes. What is it? We really need links to get the magics. We need links to get the magic. Okay, which magic in particular? Which magic in particular? Let me check. Type of tree that was used in the scene. Type of tree that was used in the scene. Okay, let's see if we can get something. Okay, let's see. This or this. Let me check. Let me please this and see the size first. Let's see. We'll just use any tree though that is close to the. Somebody just open something. Do you have a question? Open the audio. Do you have a question? I still have to adjust the light. The light is not looking real. That light I just placed is not looking real at all. And so I want to duplicate this plant all around. So what I just do is I would on Alt, then drag. I think there's trees here. Drag. Now let me. I can mass place it. I can mass place it. How do I mass place? The reason why I can mass place now is because this size, I've increased the size already. If I'm mass placing it to this mass place. If I'm mass placing now, this I only have one particular size. So all of them are just one size. But because I've increased the scale, let me delete it. Because I've increased the scale, I don't really need to use mass place. I will just be duplicating by holding or drag, drag. You can make it big depending on what you want. While I'm dragging, let me use move horizontal instead so that the thing does not fall on other surfaces. Don't worry, for those just joining us, I explained all these placements in the first video. That was how we place the sky at the back. You will get to understand that. So I can select multiple, hold on control and select. I'm holding on control currently. And I'll hold on alt and drag. There are still materials we've not changed and we still need to adjust, but because of the time we don't have. But most of the secrets, if you take your time to work, like I said, the more time you spend on the job, the better it become. The better it become. Let's just see some things that still need adjustments in the render in this thing. So this we need to increase here. We need to increase the what's it called? The near far clip. Near far clip. Do we have okay? We don't have a near far clip in this system, so let's add one. Near clip plane rather. So we can increase to cut away this tree. We don't need it. But while cutting away this tree, there is an issue. So let's turn it off. Let's go and move the tree backward instead. So 10 o'clock is here already. And we need to go to Photoshop. Back, back. So we adjust the materials. So we need to adjust. I think there's still need for trees around this particular side. Can you see the reflection of the tree on the glass? You still have to add materials, and I would still even like to have trees around this side. Let's even check. Let me check this side. Okay, there's light inside the what's it called? Inside, so we'll place the light so to make it look interesting. We'll place the light. Oh, the time we have cannot do everything. So let me place another type of, not really another type, of something close. Mm, the nature of tree you pick to matters, so you have to be very careful with type of tree. Just need some trees to fill the backgrounds. Let me increase the scale of this tree to make it big. I can decide to put a tree here, which in most cases is not doesn't work, is not always true, and make the tree and increase this tree up so that it can reflect on this glass. I can just like, okay, let me raise it up so that I can get the reflection of that tree on the glass, and then just a way to make your render look more spicy. There's no rule to all of this. There's no rule to all of this. So also let me add the light, the interior light. I'll delete this light. I don't like the light is I'll pick another light. It has sharp edges, which it's not what I subscribe for. I think the sharp edges as reduced. Bring it down, sharp edge, take it up. Pa, 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 pa. Now let me delete it. Instead of that, I'll just change the light type, replace selection. Let me use this. Then I'll just I think this is better. This is calm enough. Then after that, select it, change the settings, and increase the brightness to about, okay, this one is good. So I can select and duplicate this since I have one already. But before that, let's place other lights. So I'll use area light for the inside of the space. I'll use area light. So for the inside of the space, what there's a trick to it which most persons don't really know about. I will to make the light look, oh, there is no material inside. That's why the inside is looking dark. Let's just add a white plain material to the inside. Please take note, if you are downloading materials, do well to download materials that will not make the work too heavy for your laptop to deal with. And let's remove glossiness and reflectivity because the light, the color also, the interior space also matters. It helps. Um, this should be a floor. Let me see if I can get a floor in. A wooden floor would have been nice. A wooden floor. You can use all of these tricks to achieve what was it called? To achieve interior renders. I do interior renders with Lumion. Let me check the floor, the floor, the floor, the floor, the floor, the floor. Wood would be nice. Let me use this. Okay, I think we have this. So, and I can also add, let me add the lights now. Because, yeah, sorry, I told you that this, let's use the opportunity to adjust this. So I just swapped it now. And this particular floor too, let's swap this. Yeah, good. So we are better. Okay, let's add lights here. Okay, no, when I'm adding the light now, I would rather place the light on the floor. I'd rather place this light on the floor. I'm done with materials. I'll place the light on the floor, then raise it up. Okay, what's happening? Okay, okay. Don't worry, I will make sure I cover Photoshop before we leave, and I will not exceed that level of clock. Please, please, I'll make sure I cover Photoshop. I don't know if some people want us to still further than this. I don't know. I don't know because there's still a lot to work on. A lot to work on. Okay, now so let me increase the size of the light a bit, no more than then the length. Okay, then I'll take it up. I'll move the light up. I want the light to be around this level. Then I'll change it to a warm light. Then let me put the brightness to, like I said, I like 600. Don't mind me. Okay, I think now, if you check the render, you will notice that the light is okay. Then let me use this one. There's a light, the light reflection. One challenge I've had with Lumion so far is whenever you add light now, it hardly shows unless it falls on a surface. Now, so you have to move the light to fall on the surface. Let me explain that better. See this? Oh, we need to add material to this so that we can get the good quality of whichever light we're working with. So, okay, this is this looks like it's looking like it's okay, okay, okay. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. It's because it's dark. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are still there. Now, there's one thing that you need to note about this light. The light is going to fill the whole scene and you need to adjust it very well. You can see the light is even coming around this side. So you need to work on it and restrict the the the, the intensity on other surfaces that is not within it. So let's work on that by going back to our model, object, light, select the light, and increase fallout so that it only affect the interior spaces and it doesn't go further than its limit. Then I can duplicate this light and take it up. I'm holding on Alt. I hold on Alt to drag it up. Let's see. Okay. The light here is still okay, okay, okay. Now, can you see that the light is not really showing in the interior? How can we play around with this and make it? It's only falling whenever it falls on the surface. It shows well, but we can't see it. So let's try one thing. If you touch now, we turn on source, show light source. We just turn on source for the two lights, show light source. So let's see if it's going to still make sense. But I doubt it, guys. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Just looking like so. What can we do to this? For let me turn it off. Let me turn it off. Turn it off. So what can we do to this? So you move the light in such a way that it will fall on the ceiling. If you move the light and it falls on the ceiling, then you are good to go. It will show as if the interior space is filled with light. So let's duplicate this particular light. Let me duplicate it and let's see, putting on alt. I just duplicated the stuff and I'll rotate it at, let me see, no, go back. Let me see this. No, that means it will be the second one. This Google Meet tab is okay. I'll take it like this. Okay, don't like this too. Okay, let me take it 0. And I can now rotate it like this. The other way around, please. Then I can now move it down. Hello. I hope I'm not alone. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is what we have. Let me place it in a more sensible way. Uh, so you can reduce, let me reduce the length. Is it the length? Yeah, the length. So the light is falling on this surface. You can bring it, extend it more. Then you can duplicate it on this side and make it also fall here. But before that, let's go up to the next floor and also do the same. So instead of creating that same thing, I'll just drag it up again. Hold on Alt, then move, then move. Then the light is falling on the ceiling. Then this light, I think we need to take this one up a bit. Yeah. So let's just see this side because we should do that to almost all the spaces so that we can get good quality over. Can you see now? Can you see we can get the light, the effect of the light in the interior spaces. Now the light is still falling out, but in this context, it's nice it's falling like this because we already have light under it. But in a situation whereby you don't want light to fall around this side, you just reduce the fallout. You increase the fallout rather. So for instance, I can reduce the fallout for this. Increase. I think the one for this too is also affecting me. I can increase the fallout for this. Can you see now? Then okay. I would have loved us to go more. Let me add material to this. Place that candle stuff here, and we do some a bit of post production. Uh, I will have maybe with time. I will render. I'll finish. I will sit back and do this render on my own so that I can get the same quality what we have, close to what we have, and send it later. But basically, everything I'm going to do is what I'm showing you right now. Everything I'll be doing is what I'm showing you right now. And I'll record some session of whatever I'm going to do also so that you can have it. Okay, this I want to place wood here. I want all the terraces to be wooden terraces. So, and in the orientation class, I told you guys that we should make sure to have detailed models. It will help you a lot. If your model is not detailed, I don't know, what are you adding material on? So just have interesting models that you self will be able to work on. You'll be happy to work on. So let me rotate this in our way. So let's have it like this. So we have underneath. So let's check this. Let's see. Turn on this is what we have for this. See the light is coming out and which this plant we did not place all those components in the exact way that we want it because there is no time. I just have to rush most of these things. I hope you guys I hope you understand. I want a feedback on that, or you want me to take time to do all of that. Hello, hello. So I just selected two of the light and the lamp and the wall lamp. So I'm going to duplicate it on this part of the wall. So I click on all, and I hold on Control to select both the light and the lamp, and I hold on Alt and click on move, then drag the wall lamp, not the light. Now if you drag the light will be the one as the base project for this for moving the object. So I'll drag the lamp to make it the base project. Then I'll place one here. I think there's one here. I'll place another one here. I'll place another one here. I'll place another one here. I don't know how many that is in the same. I'm just trying to do okay. Okay. And I think I should move this a bit. Um, so let's just see. Let's see. Okay. It's on a high level, so I'll just bring it down, but there's no time to do that. So we have this. Let me add material here and put the candle stuff. Also, just for you to search online, you see the kind of stuff, Z Project, CG Mood, CG Partial. There are lots of. I'll send more links. Definitely, I will send more links. So let me add material. You see the material will be nice for this pattern. Look at be more interesting. Time is not on our side. I will just render one of the same. And if you notice, there is one of the reference that has blur and sharp surface. Mhm. So we have uh, okay, Oyemichi sent something that the light can work. He said, I will try that now. I just Oyemichi, hello. He sent something that light can work. I will check that now too. I will check that. Yes, I think you're right. The sizes will just be different. Yes, yeah. The sizes will just be different. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So I think okay. I think we should. Okay, I have of course. Okay, let me use one of these concrete here and try to play around with it. I'll use one of the concrete here, try to play around with it. Let me check if I think okay. I can okay. I have one here. Yeah, I'll use this. This will be more interesting. This is the material here. I have it on the page to just type road city. This is it. So I will just where this is the color map. This is a normal map. Okay. Normal map on the displacement map. We need the displacement map. Is very important for rough surfaces like concrete. Road city one out. So this material is actually 3K to increase the size of the mood. I will save it and see. So those are your consideration. The higher you go in materials, the bigger everything becomes. So I don't need glossiness, I don't need reflectivity, and colorization I don't need. Then I can increase the scale of this material. Okay, then I can change the edges. Yeah, I'm making this edge very big because I want it like that. Okay, so let's just see this. Let's see how it's gonna look. This side is looking sharp, which you will not want to capture. Okay, okay. I think we will move this to make it look more real. We will move the material map. Let's move it to more interesting part of the model that the camera will capture. So let's go to move. Then okay, I think it's cool like this. Let's make it like this. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah. So you can rotate it if you want to. Don't forget, we can also add word to it. I just added. So in that model, the edge for most of this concrete are very curved. They are not as sharp as this. Let's see if we can achieve something very curved too. Let's see. This one is still sharp. You can take it and make it curve also. Material. Let me launch this Photoshop while we're working. Okay. Okay. Mm, mm. See, H Lumen is giving me it's kind of so if we actually convert these maps to tag files, okay, I think they are in tag, no, they are in JPEG. If they are in tag files, their detail will be more defined and we'll be able to play around with them, which I will explain. My Photoshop is loading currently. So, okay. So Oyemichi gave us an option. Let's adjust the light. Give us an option. Let's adjust the light and click on render. This is what we just do for today. I will make sure I finish the project and send it. Okay. So let me change it to area light. He said we should use area light instead. Yeah, which is very, very right. So we have yes, that's what I'm trying to do now. Okay, you mean the horizontal light? Yeah, yeah. Taking time to turn the whole stuff horizontal light is always stressful. That's one thing. So that's why we just use what's it called? The area light. This horizontal light takes time to turn and do all this turning. So let me place it or place it around. Yeah, I'll just change it. Yes, yes. Then let's warm light and brightness and powerful bits. Mhm. Let's see, brightness up. Season. Mhm. So you can still bring it down a bit, reduce the width of that light. See if you can get something nice. Something nice. Let me see. Let's see from here. I think this looks nice. So now there's also one trick. If you check this, you can put in furnitures in the spaces and see if you're going to get something and get something close to this. You can put furnitures in the spaces. There's also one thing I wanted to say. Okay, can I say that? Okay, the candle light is actually the one reflecting so much on this particular thing. So if you want to make the extent of this light, make it come more longer or something, just duplicate this light down. Duplicate it, make it smaller, just for you to understand how, just for you to open your mind and be creative about the use of all of these particular things. Lights. Let me change the height. Let me do alt. Sorry, I guess I moved it instead of duplicating. Mm. I think if we duplicate it and make it use it more, mhm, alt, yeah. So let me reduce the width, the length, uh, the length to move so that the length does not compete as if there's a new source. Stuff like that. You can keep pulling it down till you get something more interesting. You can just bring it down, bring it down, get something more interesting. Just depend on what you want. Everything depends on what you want. You can achieve like the free mode is there. The free you should be able to pick or think in a different way to achieve realism, no matter what. Okay, and also I think because of time on our side, let's check. So now the scene is looking dark and looking this. So there are still few settings for us to adjust. I see 50 settings, and also there is this particular field. I didn't model this part, this under part of this mode of this whole thing. I didn't model it. It's looking somehow. I didn't model it. I will have just tried to bevel it inside a bit. So, but aside that, there's, as you can see, that the back is a bit blurry compared to the front. The back of the scene is blurry. This one is blurry. So that can be done with. Let me turn off something. Which one are very simple. So let's duplicate this scene and copy what we already have. Edit, copy effect, this effect. So um, there's too much sun in this scene, number one, which we should try to skies, overall brightness. Let me check for this side by side. As you can see, we can't see the sun again. 118. Okay, let me increase the overall brightness a bit. So I've not had this. I said to have this stuff. But let's still go. Let's go on. And also brightness. No, so just some few adjustments you need to make to get exactly what you want. I'm coming. Let me add. We have one, two. So we had. I want to get this effect of the back of it looking blurry and all of that. So we had depth of view to it, depth of view. So I'll be making two scenes for the depth of view. One for the front blurriness and one for the back blurriness. Still on the same copy effect. This effect. Okay, don't let me paste the effect now. Let me adjust this. This one is for the back. Have I added it to this? I don't think so. Okay, I've added it. So I'll increase the amount of the depth of view. Then pick the depth of view distance. Okay, don't let me pick distance for now. Let me just change the blurriness. So now this part of the project is blurred. So let me go further and blur this whole thing. Take it back. This is just for one. This for the back. Let's say this for the back. Then I haven't had the lights, yeah, don't worry. Then we have, okay, we have, let me copy this depth of view settings. Copy settings. Then let me add, okay, I need to copy all of these settings, please. Okay. I just want to use this to explain the Photoshop effect, edit paste effect. So now I will make this part. Okay, before I do that, I will first place the light so that we don't have the model for the light. For those candle lights is this. Okay. Oh, 30 minutes. We can do post production in 30 minutes. Lighting. Uh, right, sorry, I'm looking for where I imported this. Let me check LUMION Pro lamps. Okay. So for the lamp, I have. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is it. Then let me change the scale, make it big, and I'll make it in twos. So alt duplicate. Then one of it is small. Then you can now pick the two, then move closer to this side. You know, they have light reflecting. The presence of light is there. So this is the blurred version of it. I think I still need to increase the scale though. Then this one is the blurred version. So I will try to adjust this to just make sure this is my sharpen area. Okay. Okay. So there's one of the ways we can work with depth of view by picking distance. So now I will just go to, instead of changing focus distance, I'll just go to edit and pick the area I want to be sharp. Let's try the edge of this glass and see. Most times it doesn't identify glass perfectly, bro. That's one of the challenge. Like I said, it did not identify that glass. Let's check the tire of this bicycle. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it didn't pick the tire of the bicycle well. Let's adjust the. Okay, let's adjust this. Let's pick the light, the distance of the light at the back. Let's see if it's going to make everything around that part. No, not at all. So what are we going to do? Let me reduce the bit and increase this bulb light to make it bigger so that we can see what we are working with perfectly well. Time don't pass. I think I will just need to place this on render. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. 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 Yes. So now we still have few settings to do to the light inside so that it can reflect on the wall, but it's going to take our time. So we will move on that. I'll place it to render. I'll go to Photoshop. If we finish whatever we are doing on Photoshop very fast, we'll come back and do some few settings, and we'll know that we've covered. I'll make sure I cover whichever render that comes out here. I'll make sure I cover what's it called? I'll make sure I cover. I won't close the Photoshop if I don't finish what I'm doing with it. That's what we should just know. Please bear with me. Time. I wish we can still. I'm always somebody that likes staying on my work, so I don't want to extend the class more than. So you can meet me in person. I mean, in my DM, in case you want to know more on this whole thing, and if they have still tips and tricks. So now I still have the detail here. The glass is detailed. There should be light reflecting definitely, but you don't have much time to work on that. So I just turn off one for the sharp and one for this. So let's place a few. There's still a lot of renders settings we should do to the sky to make it. But let's see if we can achieve something close on Photoshop to that because there is no time to I will turn on the depth map. Let me render the depth map. Let me render the normal. No, specular. Let me render the specular because I have like will have metal and light in your scene. Just turn on specular. Light mapping. This one is one of the map. The guy, the ref that was in the reference. Let's just have that. Alpha material. Let's turn it on. You will need that for explanation. So we are not working on this. Let me render. Let's render this. Let's render this. Yeah. Unless when you can render the we didn't set the scene well. Not this. Not this. Let's just render 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so you can drop questions as the render goes on. FFN. FFN. Let me take the folder please. You can drop questions so that I can reply while the render is going on. Save. Save and so let me see if I have any question. Okay, I think I have one to answer. Hmm. Okay, okay. We love to follow through on everything. Okay, what's the name of the lamp so we can download? Okay, I'll get back to you. This is specular lamp map rendering, so we can download from the drive as well. The reference image is needed as well for practice. Yeah, I will send that to you. Sorry, I should have sent that yesterday. I had a lot on my desk. So Stephanie sent a request from the Google Drive. Let me accept. Stephanie, I hope you're still online. I don't know. So this is the material hide map. Stephanie, I've accepted. You can access the material folder in the Google Drive. I think I've been expository enough on what we need basically. basically for to produce good renders. Yeah. If you need to know more on Lumion, you can actually meet me up later. More than this on Lumion, like the animation aspects, the interior aspects, this and that. But basically, if you can work more on yourself, this all of these things I've explained, models, high-end models, getting the models we use are high-end models definitely. Uh, what else again? Getting high-end models, high-end materials, render settings, get making use of your own scales if you want. And now we do the final thing, which is the post production on Photoshop. That will not take much of our time. I'll just take us through some basic things. So Stephanie just replied, please could you also send the raw model so we could practice and duplicate the entire render on our own. Yes, we have the raw model. It's on the folder on the drive. Just enter the drive and navigate through the model. It's on the model link. Click the model link. I'll accept now. I've accepted your material request. I'll accept now. You will see the name. The name is somebody should type the name. I sent it yesterday. Can somebody just drop the name? This material setting is out of it. It's nothing to write home about. So I will drop the material settings that after working on the project for good, I'll drop the material setting I'm going to use and the one you're going to like. I'll give you the quality you want because as you can see, there is no time. 6 hours wasn't enough. Oh my god. So I think somebody sent a request. Okay, that should be Stephanie again. Stephanie, I've just accepted. So you see the name of the just type H, type H, you see the name. The name is I would have just loved to check now, but my problem is I'm rendering. I don't want to overlay this screen. So let me do that because I don't want to delay it, but I'll delay it by overlaying it. Oh my god. Okay. Hiena Hainer, just search Hainer, just search Hainer. Then you see the model there. It's an FBS file, so you can bring it into your Lumion and do several practice. I had to use this particular model because I feel it's going to give the best what do we call it, the it will give us opportunity to talk more about several things on Lumion as just it. So can you see the trees we added in front, reflecting here, reflecting here? Those are one things you should consider your models. You can even position houses in front so that it can reflect on the glass. Reflect on the glass, whichever if the building has glass, or put houses at the back of the tree around this side so that oh god, 41. Okay, our render remains 47 seconds. Okay. We're almost done. 42. So our render is we're almost done with the render. Someone sent another request, I guess. Okay, it's not request. Okay. So don't worry, a video of okay, we are done with the render. Now let me save the file so that we can go to while the file is saving, we can be working on save as. Yeah, and I works that I will even send if the file is not that large, I can send the Lumion Wow, so that is if it's about 1 gig, I should be able to send it. So let's go to Photoshop now. Okay, I think we are all with me now. We're working on Photoshop. Hello. Okay, so these are our renders. I don't like some of those renders because we didn't take time to adjust most of the settings. But the ones I I like their settings. That's what we work on. So one, we have this. This yeah, this does not look bad. Can be adjusted. No, we have no, not this. I just have to pick. I'm looking for okay one. So we'll pick this one. Let me drag on this one. Let me pick the ones that will okay. 1, 2, 3. I'll drag into Photoshop and drop. Oh, I hear okay. Okay. So we have this. This is the one I said I don't really like. So we'll take it off. So we have this and this. Yeah. Okay. I think let me just explain this to us. So now, if you have something like this, take it off as a background. But before that, remove this black overlay that we added by cropping the picture. Just come here, click on what's it called? Macro to around under move. Then you drag and you draw. You just drag on area you want. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Click and drag and you stop it here. Just the area you want. Then you click on crop. So this is what I have currently. Control D. Control D to deselect. I just deselect that option now. Then after that, I will remove it from background. But before I do that, and one of the way I can do that is by changing it to smart object. What smart object help you to do is whichever settings you do, you can revert back to it. So make sure you always change to smart object. So if I have this as a smart object, number two is come to filter. After changing to smart object, sharpen the object, make it more nice. But before I do that, let me duplicate this one. Control J to duplicate. Then I'll make this one smart object. Then this one does not have smart. They are both smart object now, but I'll make this more sharpen and this one less sharpen so that we can get the difference. Now, so sharpen on sharpen max. So on the sharpen max, I'll adjust the slider to whichever I want. This is actually the default one, and this is the settings I had. So what did I add to it? This is what I normally use most, and I adjust it depending on the picture though. Don't mind this floor is blurry, but because we'll overlay it with the blurred background, the depth of view, we will not really need much of it. So you can adjust the radius. Let's see if it can be better than this. Radius, radius is okay at 150, honestly. And amount of it 20. Okay. This is too much. So also that's what we have. Let's check 41. Yes, the difference is huge, definitely. Then after that, we come to filter, camera raw filter. Camera just loading because the lumen in the background. No why they can okay. Now this camera raw filter is the camera raw filter. Now we can now adjust. Let me move this so I can see whatever I'm doing. Move to the back side. So on the camera raw filter, Remember, we are doing all of this on a smart object. We are not doing it on an image, ordinary image. So increase the contrast, just adjust it a bit. Don't make it too much. Let's say I have it this way. Shadow. If the scene is too dark, maybe the shadow is too heavy, you can drop it down. But in this particular context, I like the shadow the way it is. And make it like this. Let me reduce it a bit because if you can check our reference, that's why I say we should always make sure we work with reference. So now, please let me turn off my fan here. I'm having kata currently. So sorry about that, please. So I didn't actually add light into the interior spaces around this side. I didn't add light in the interior spaces. We will have been seeing the lights and all of it in the. I didn't add light in the model right now. Like all this circular light up there on the ceiling, I didn't have it. So it's just few things. So aside that, let's go back. So black, these are things you should adjust. No, not all models are very white. So I see no reason why anybody should increase whiteness of an adjustment. I just take it off to 0. Darkness can be adjusted. That's my Lumion because I'm overlaying. I think it's okay that way. Then one of the most important slider is the texture and clarity. So if you adjust it, it will make it more detailed. Texture and clarity. And one things we should play with. Also, can you see the details here is coming out and the detail here coming out? Yes. Don't mind this map sleeping on the floor. We don't really need it. We'll have adjusted it with more displacement. Okay. No need to increase exposure. No need to increase exposure at all. So aside that, there's what we call this is before and this is after, before, after, before, after. So there's one thing also we should learn that you can add what's it called? This I'm here to pick up the settings of this particular scene to get exactly the same mood of the picture, which I will send later because of the time. I was thinking the time will take us to be able to achieve all of that. So I think there's too much effect on let's turn on the sharpen max, turn it off. I think there's sharpen max. I think we need to adjust the camera of it again. Some effects are too much. I think I like the before when it came in compared to let's reduce the contrast a bit, reduce the white, uh, texture, clarity, okay, not bad. Shadow, okay, take it to 0. Okay, I think it's fair enough. So, and there's also one thing, okay, for that. So, this particular picture, I can overlay it on the other one and brush it up there. I can still maintain this whole composition. Now, how do I do that? How do I do that? I'm moving on Control A. I have a marker selected round the picture, Control C. I want to pick the same side. I've copied it. Control V. Now select the marker again, Control, then select the icon here. Then I will come here, select, then max the object. I just hope you guys are not lost. So now I have the same size of, then I'll convert to smart object. I hope you guys are not lost. Jesus, some people just stay quiet. Let's see. Good night. Okay, Oyemichi, good night. Good night. We have 8 minutes to the end of the class, which I'll work on now. You're almost done. Then I can drop this on this. Okay. That means it's actually, then I can max it and brush to get my full bicycle clip control. So just few brush, make it very soft. I think I have a very sharp brush. Let me reduce the opacity and change this. Okay. So then I can have something of this nature. Just something. We didn't get the particular mood. This is a day scene. This is a daytime scene. We didn't later use an evening scene. This is 7 minutes at the end of the class. But before you finish, you now have to expect from Photoshop. Then you hold on Control Shift Alt E. After that, then you come to image and change the resolution of the image. Image resolution, what's it called? Image size. You come to image size. The resolution is currently at 72. So copy this width 889, Control C. Then come to resolution, change it to 300. 300 is a good quality for online or online post. Then print, it's a medium one. Then paste. Immediately you change it, it's going to change the value of the width like 3 times or 300 times, I don't know. So you have to paste back that same so that it won't resize it and it will look blurry. I want to paste Ctrl V. Then I have that. Okay. And the image quality will be retained, and I will have to do export. Export. Export as. See, if you have any question, you can ask anytime. I'll be available because I can see most persons are not saying anything. Maybe it's getting complicated or something. So I'll be available to answer any question. Okay, new folder. Let's do final. Let me just do it here. Save. Okay. Then we have it on the desktop. Okay. Somebody asked a question that what was the name? So you see 23, 26. Just I think the lamp is 26, 23. The bicycle, the 26 is just check 23 and 26 folder. You see it. Let's check the desktop and see what we've done. And this is what we have at the end of the class. Just the back blurry, the front blurry, and this and that. So please, I hope people are still with me. Hello. Okay, thank you very much. This will bring us to the end of the class. It's actually an expository class to show a lot of things you can do, which I've tried to my possible best to stretch my hands on. Those things that will make your render look very, very professional. These are one of the two things you can do. This is a post production I just made. There's what we call LUT too. I can add an LUT to this without even using Lumion settings at all. I can add an LUT to this and it will change the mood of this picture to this reference instantly. LUT works on Photoshop. It's just like a picture setting. Just in few clicks you can have it. But we cannot go into that today because the class has not come to an end. So I'll be open for questions. Thank you very much for your time. So Richmond, Richmond, we are not catching up with the Photoshop well. Okay, don't worry about that. Therefore, I didn't really get the underlay you just did. Okay, the underlay I just did. Okay, okay. Don't worry, that will be explained in the video. You'll see the video. You'll be able to pause, play, go back, and get that on the video. So the overlay is just to get the blurry background in the scene. Exactly. I think say Stephen, you understand me perfectly well there. We rendered two scenes. One is blurry, and the other one is sharp. The blurry one will be at the back, and on top, the sharp one will be at the back, blurry one will be on top. They will clean, like erase a little bit of the blurry one to reveal the sharp picture behind it. That's just it. So thank you very much for your time. I really, really appreciate. God bless you. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, good night, everyone.